Sneako. It's been some time since I've checked on Sneako, and he's been up to some very interesting events as of late. So if you guys don't know, Sneako is a huge opponent of anything that has to do with therapy or even visiting a psychiatrist, and he believes that that is for the weak. He thinks that it's the worst invention since the AI girlfriends, and for that I kind of have to stop him like, hey bro, first off, I feel like there's a lucrative moment here, okay? Imagine AI girlfriends, all the girls are gonna be lonely. You know what you guys should invest in? AI cats. All right, fine, he didn't say AI girlfriends, but I will say this though, throughout the entire session that he was having with Dr. K, I thought it was absolutely hilarious, man. There were so many moments in this session where I was just like, really, Sneako? Really? In these sessions, he would throw in like sound effects.
But I mean, I don't...
And that's not the only odd thing in this entire session. You can also see that down in the bottom below, there's a Subway Surfer gameplay being played, not by Dr. K, but by Sneako. And right before the gameplay ends, Sneako ends up dragging his cursor and just clicks anywhere in the middle of that video so it can continue playing. Sneako makes it seem as if when we reach for the lotion to masturbate, we'll accidentally grab the glue. Like, my dude, no, okay? Like, it's almost an insult, the fact that he's using TikTok trickery to keep us engaged. I don't want to miss anything Sneako has to say, because he is absolutely polarizing. And I'm not the only one who agrees with that. Believe it or not, Dr. K also articulated the same sentiment in that session, because he had to constantly remind Sneako that he didn't want to debate him.
I'm not trying to debate you, okay? So I'm not trying to like catch you or something. I'm confused. And I'm honestly, I'm not trying to like debate you or like, I have no interest in proving you wrong. Honestly, I have no interest in that. And I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm laying out how my understanding of it.
And even the almighty Dr. K could not help but want to debate him. As a matter of fact, he ended up catching himself and he kind of pulled back.
Let's say I'm having trouble, right? Let's say I don't really have faith, or I'm afraid, or I'm angry. Actually, forget about that. I realized I was slipping into a debating kind of mode, so I'll just say what I'm gonna say.
And good on Dr. K, because as soon as Dr. K entered chat, Sneako was already in that position to want to debate. Let's take the beginning, for instance, where Dr. K asks Sneako a very innocuous question, and then Sneako kind of has to turn it into this jujitsu match.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Can you just count to 10 for me real quick?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect.
Can you count to 420 for me?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Sounds good.
Now, the reason why Dr. K was asking Sneako to count to 10 was because he was adjusting the level of his hearing, I believe. The reason why Sneako was asking Dr. K to count from 420 was because he was just trolling him. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but you can hear a bit of clicking in the background, and it's Sneako. But the reason why Sneako is clicking his mouse is because he's adjusting the screen on the monitor. It's not because he wants to test out his hearing. I don't know if this is like some sort of like alpha thing he has going on, but I believe that that's the reason why. And then there is this play of the game that Dr. K did in this session.
I'm like,
are we streaming?
Yeah, I'm live right now on Rumble.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. Are you streaming?
Nope.
Okay.
I think you're banned on all the platforms that I stream on.
Yeah, that does happen. That does happen.
That's already happened. You're already banned, man. But anyways, I want to go ahead and get into a deeper topic, which is what Sneako brought up in this conversation. So he talked about how this therapy stuff is weak for men and that men should not communicate what they feel.
I don't believe in therapy, and I think it's a scam, and I don't think it's necessary, and I don't think that even if there is anything wrong with my brain that this is going to be helpful whatsoever. I believe that men should just get over it and push forward. I think a better use of your time, instead of talking about your feelings, is working hard and building something. That's a better use of your time.
So obviously Sneako he thinks therapy is a waste of time, right? Now, I don't really understand the nuances and the difficulties of therapy, because I'm sure that there's a lot of problems with therapy. It's not a perfect system, but I think it might work for Sneako, because I believe Sneako was kind of enjoying it. He even opened up in the session with Dr. K.
Why are we having this conversation?
Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my way of thinking is incorrect. I think it's pretty polarizing. When I talk about this, it upsets a lot of people. So maybe my worldview was wrong, and maybe yours is right. And maybe therapy is necessary. Maybe I need it.
This is what it looks like for Sneako to be outside of the Matrix. And that's not all. When Dr. K describes Sneako's personality type, Sneako gets super excited because it's like a pattern was just unveiled to him. And he's beginning to see that he has this very polarizing, very debatable type of personality.
So here's my experience of this conversation. So you say things in ways that are very polemic. So like polar. So you say things in a way that invites me to argue with you. Right. And try to prove you wrong. Yeah. Like just the statements that you make. And I can see why people are like inflamed by that. And if I don't try really hard to catch myself, then I will start arguing with you.
Right.
Why are you smiling right now?
Because you're right. Because you're completely right. That's just my way. People tell me that quite a bit. I have like a argumentative style of speaking.
Which is generally true. You know, Sneako does have a debatable personality. He's always inviting conflict. But here's the thing though. It's funny how Dr. K is speaking to Sneako and then he points it out like, look, we're having a therapy session and you're enjoying it.
Like here I am noticing something about you and your reaction is joy.
Okay. I like connecting with people.
Yeah, right? Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
Is this weakness? Is what we're doing weakness?
No, but
is it strength?
It's a strength. No, it's just a conversation. Like this is similar to most. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's neither weakness or strength. It's just we're connecting.
Yeah.
Feels good to connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it make us weak to connect?
No.
You saw how uncomfortable Sneako was, right? Like he's like, yeah. That's the thing, man. Like, you know, oftentimes we have like these moments where we're talking about how we feel, but we never realize it because we never actually point it out, or we rarely ever use the phrase I feel or it hurts me. Like we never use those phrases. Instead, like whenever it comes to a man expressing how they feel, they use a certain type of language to communicate how they feel. So one of the things that I kind of like to tell myself is that we all speak English, but we don't speak the same English. Allow me to give you guys an example of what I mean. Okay, so in this clip that you saw with Dr. K and Sneako, Dr. K tells Sneako, it feels good to connect, right? But you'll never go to somebody on the West Coast or somebody who's into hip hop or even somebody on the East Coast. You'll never go up to them with that verbiage. Instead, you're going to go up to them and you're going to say something like, you know what? Hey, I respect you. I feel like you understand me and you fucks with what I say. And I appreciate that. Or like when people say that, I'm shocked. Like, you know, oh, I'm so shocked. Like, I can't believe that he will say that. You know, what do men say? Some men, at least in certain coasts. What do they say? Nah, I don't fuck with that, man. That's not cool, dude. That's not cool. Just because it doesn't sound like they're using like these words that describe emotion, the word that they're using is most definitely describing emotion. And there's way more phrases, but as it stands now, men and women have different ways of communicating. Those lines are slowly being erased and it's starting to become more unanimous with people. But as of now, men and women have different ways of communicating. Because I've noticed that even women too as well, you kind of can't speak to them in that fashion the way Dr. K spoke to Sneako because they'll cringe. The overall message is that if you want to talk about your feelings, you're already talking about your feelings. Everybody's talking about their feelings in some way. Now, if people are talking about, well, I want people to open up, that's what I'm referring to, then that's a completely different issue. To get someone to open up, that involves trust, and that means that you're probably going to have to put a lot of work into the relationship. And the overall lesson of this is just try out therapy if you are considering it, because perhaps you'll like it. Sneako liked it, at least for the first half, and then the other half, he just kind of fatigued. He was getting tired of it, and he just wanted to move on. But I commend Sneako for at least giving it an attempt. I mean, this was the result, you know? So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I wanted to talk more about it, but I kind of already ran out of time. I've already run out of days to work on this video, and I don't want to keep on working on it. I want to go ahead and upload it. And perhaps if there's another opportunity for me to talk about this session, I definitely will. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. That's all I have for you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.